unmute everyone.
Okay. Hello, it's John. I'm sorry, hello?
Hi, this is Jerry Mail. I thought I was calling the number for the Zoom call.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a Zoom code.
I'm sorry?
That's the Zoom code. So if you go to join zoom.us and then hit join, then you enter that phone number.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye. Okay, well, let me try remuting this again. No. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Friday to you. Welcome to our Fireside chat. I'm hoping that I won't have any interruptions with the dog barking in the background. I'm babysitting my dog, my daughter's dog, and she's looking out the window and somebody's moving across the street and it might trigger a bark. So anyway, hope everyone is having a fantastic Friday. I'm excited about a new week and a weekend, and had a great week last week. Before we jump into the topic here today, which is going to be, how to manage your business, how to grow your business, what to do over the holidays. Okay. As this next week approaches, things are going to start to get really into that holiday mode. And so we want to talk a little bit about that. And so I think from a standpoint of kind of kicking that off, what are we going to do here, with the Fireside chat, with the Monday opportunity meeting? And so my plan is right now, and if anybody has any input on this, I'd, welcome it. I'm, planning on doing this coming Monday, which is the 13th, doing our opportunity overview Zoom, and then also doing a Fireside chat on Friday. And then I'm looking to suspend the calls until the first week of January, which means our first opportunity call then would be January 3rd. And I think that's what it would be. Let me look. Yeah, January 3rd, our first opportunity call. And then our first Fireside chat of the new year after the 17th would be the 7th of January. And so if anybody, has any strong feelings about that one way or the other, please let me know. But looking to continue as normal this coming week, the 13th and the 17th. And then I'm actually off on a little retreat the week of the 19th. And then of course that leads us right into Christmas Eve on that Friday, the 24th. And then the following Friday is New Year's Eve. So that's kind of what the plan is right now. I don't want to lose momentum that we have on these calls, both Monday call and the Friday call. But I think, during the holiday season, everybody's with family and different things around. You probably don't need another thing you have to, be involved in or participate in. So that's the plan right now. We'll get more communication out on that. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about, this upcoming holiday season. And I think the first thing that we need to think about here is, the mindset, right? The mindset of the holidays. People, number one, are really busy, a lot going on, last minute shopping, traveling or family coming in. There is a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And, it's also a time of the year where people reflect. They reflect on this past year. They reflect on their life. Matter of fact, quite frankly, people's mindsets can really get messed up during this holiday season. They do that self-reflection. They're disappointed on what they've accomplished and not sure what they are going to do. And so I think from a standpoint of managing your team and managing your own mindset, you really have to be conscious of this. We talk all the time about this conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And, a lot of people's, conscious thoughts, which feeding their subconscious during the holiday season, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of, fear. And I'm racking up a lot of bills here, with Christmas presents and the holiday. So mindset can really get affected, through our negative self-talk that naturally occurs. And so, I think the first point we have to make, consciously on ourselves is really paying attention to our conscious thoughts. What it's doing is feeding that subconscious, and then try to help as many other people as possible within your team understand that as well. So they can go into the holidays with, a good mindset, go into the holidays, being conscious of that and what they need to do to try to stay, positive as it relates to their business, and even as it relates to their future, and as it relates to, things that may be going on in their life, to really be conscious. It may be a time that, yes, it's a time of reflection, but it's also a time that we really need to feed that subconscious and probably, be very conscious of diving into some personal development, diving into some goal setting, diving into, going into, closing out the year after the Christmas holiday, closing out and making as strong a month as possible, and getting, things fired back up. Which, kind of, as I'm looking at the calendar here, makes me think that we should almost still do a call on Monday, the 27th, even knowing we'll skip the Friday fireside chat on New Year, Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. Why don't we still plan on doing the Monday, opportunity call, and maybe we'll have a little twist to that about just really gearing up opportunity, for the new year, and what's happening in people's minds right there. So, we can take control of this situation. We can take control of our own mindset, right? And we can help others learn and understand how important that is as well. Because, the way we go into the new year, because a lot of people just completely shut down. They completely shut down, and it literally takes them all of January to get, back engaged. And so if you can maintain that engagement yourself, number one, and try to keep as much as your team engaged as possible, on the calls and the Zooms that are taking place, paying attention to their thoughts and what they're thinking about, and that stress and anxiety and all the things that take place during the holiday season. Keep them focused and keep them engaged. They're going to go into the new year and be so far ahead of everyone else. They're going to be so far ahead of everyone else versus, just waiting and limping into the new year and then using January to try to get fired back up. Because let's go to that next major point. As we approach the holidays, yes, everybody, ourselves and everybody else is distracted and going through all those things. And as they're a prospect thinking about their future, maybe they won't act until after Christmas, right? And maybe we can get them to act before the new year. But the key is getting the message in front of them over this period of time. Because as they're going through what most people in America are going through, most people in the world are going through, reflection and thinking, and what can I do to make next year a better year, right? Who's going to be the first one to plant that seed in their mind? Who's going to be that person that taps on their shoulder, hey, I know Christmas is this week, but I got something. I got something that I think could help you have your best year ever next year. And, I know you probably don't want to, hear about it right now because it's crazy what's happening right now with the holidays and everything, but you need to take some time and look at this, because you could go into the new year with a new lease on life. You could go into the new year with an excitement that you haven't felt in a long, long time, right? Can I send you something? Let's get, holiday, people also, it's a time where they let their diets completely go. And, I have something to help you manage that through the holidays here. Let me get you this cup of coffee. Let me get you this, carb burner, whatever it might be. So anyway, you can, you probably don't want to pressure people because they've already got enough pressure on them through the holidays, but you definitely want to tap on their shoulder. You definitely want to try to help them keep their mindset focused. And for those prospects, you want to get in their head. You want to get in their head, even though they're probably not ready, like I said, to take that action until after the holiday is over. But let's be the one to tap on their shoulder and share with them that you've got something very, very powerful, very, very exciting, that you'd love to partner with them on, that we could do together, and we could go into the new year, absolutely on fire, right? So, and I can tell you, just that little bit of hope that you can put in someone's mind, you can plant in someone's head, you can give someone, over these next few weeks, to where they're excited about, let's get through these holidays and let's just go in and make next year a fantastic year. And so that's probably would be one of my number one warnings is number one, your mindset, number two, being conscious of other people's mindsets. And number three, filling your pipeline, even though you may not get them over the finish line until after Christmas or maybe early into the new year. People at this time of the year, they're maybe not looking, but thinking about what they can do. Gosh, I wish I could, I'm just disappointed at what's happened this past year, or what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? I've got something for you. You need to take a look at that. So with that kind of as an opening, comment, let me open this up for discussion, and you guys give me any of your ideas, your thoughts, what you're doing, to be proactive during the holidays. If you have any concerns that we can all talk about and maybe help you through here as we're going through the holidays. But let me just take a moment here and we'll pause for a moment and give someone else a chance to jump in here and share their feelings or thoughts or ideas. So go ahead. Who wants to jump in?
I'll jump in, John.
Okay. Hey, Robin.
Hi,
I've been
John.
seeing you've been being proactive, doing your TikToks and your lives. Congratulations on that. I'm sure that feels good, gives you that feeling of, hey, I'm doing it, right?
Yes. I'm trying all kinds of new things. This company has really allowed myself to, find myself. My self-growth has just amazed me personally. And, my mindset going into December has just been showing you got to be the star on the tree, on everybody's tree right now. Just be the bright light in their whole month, and just shine down on yourself and present what you're doing with yourself and how you're improving your life and what you're doing and how things have helped you. And don't make it about somebody else and pushing things on them, because right now everybody's not in that mind frame to be looking for. They are wanting a change, but then again, they don't want to change. So right now they just want family and they just want love. And that's what we're there to give them this month, is just show them our love and show them what we are doing to help love ourselves better. And, we're having fun doing it. I'm doing things new I've never done before, and it just kind of opens their eyes and it allows them to see that they can do it too. So that's what I have to say today. So
yeah, I think, like you just said, being that star on the tree, being that beacon of positiveness and enthusiasm and happiness, as they're going through struggles and mindset issues and everything else, and then that ray of sunshine comes in, what's going on with you? It can beg questions, right? And just talking about how you're doing things you've never done before, that also, triggers questions. Well, what is it? And there's your opening. Hey, I'll get you some stuff. We can talk about it after holidays, but I've just never been more excited. So like you said, yeah, they don't want additional pressure. But if we can plant that seed of hope, right, of what's happening here, and then we have that, essentially almost a gift that we're giving them. So fantastic. Thank you, Robin. Anybody else want to jump in here?
Yeah, I'll jump in, John. Chris Lamont.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, been in an industry like you over 30 years, and I've hit additional ranks in other companies throughout the years in December. It's a great month because you can really use that 2022 card coming up, and what are you going to do differently in 2022? But I just find out what everybody else is doing and do the opposite. I've always found that that's the trick. Find what the average people do and just don't do that. Do what they do something different. So I'm on the phone all the time, and I always say, if you're not on the phone, in your business, you're not making money. And I just love the phone. I really get off to it. I love talking about what I believe in. I can help people, and I know where this company is going to be going for 2022. I know, talk to you and John and Bruce Matheson all the time. You guys got some great things up your sleeves for the next new year. So I'm just excited, and I'm not slowing down.
Fantastic. Well, two things, Chris, you said kind of sparked something in me in a memory standpoint. Your first comment is look at what the great majority of the people are doing and do the exact opposite. Earl Nightingale in his set of tapes, The Strangest Secret, right? That is one of the points he makes is, just look around, look at what the great majority of the people are doing in any given circumstance. And he says, do the exact opposite. And he says, you'll probably never be wrong again, because the majority of people, are, failing in life and failing in business and are not happy with where they are in life. And so, doing the exact opposite, that can be really sound advice to don't look at the norm, look at the people that are so far out in front, you can barely see them, right? What are they doing, right? And then the second thing you talked about is picking up the phone. And so, this is really, we all have people we've communicated with, over the years. Some we haven't maybe communicated with, all year. And this is really a great time to reconnect with people. And it's kind of a subtle way of prospecting is, I call up you, Chris, and maybe we haven't talked in a couple years, right? And hey, Chris, just wanted to reach out. Hope you're doing well. I really want to wish you and family, a great holiday season. And this is really a great line. Between you and I, Chris, how are things going? Right? I mean, for some reason, when you ask a question, just between you and I, how are things really going? It's like a free card for somebody to really emotionally unload on you, and tell you, that they're struggling, that they're, and then again, there's that opening again. Or, how, hey, or maybe another concept, you reach out, hey, just want to say, I was going through my phone, I came across your name. We haven't talked in forever. I just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing, wish you a happy holiday. And how are things going? What are you up to nowadays? And then they tell you, and then it's just, I don't know if you'd have an interest, but I tell you, I couldn't be more excited about what's going on in my life right now and where I'm going and what next year is going to bring. Well, really, what is that? I mean, again, be interactive with these people. You could all go out there, go through your Rolodex, go through your phone address book, go through your Christmas card list, make some touch base calls, right? Not directly prospecting, but start out in a friendly, just wanting to connect, just want to say hi. Your name came up. I just, for some reason, thought of you. I wanted to wish you a happy holiday. I hope everything is going well. And then, what are you doing nowadays? Are you still, you still in that, construction business, or are you still an accountant, or, how's things going? How's everybody in the family with the COVID, and has your job or industry been affected? Just asking some questions, being interested in what may be going on in their life. And you'll most likely, it will open up a door to, I got something. Hey, you know what? I didn't think about this, but you know what? You should maybe look at what I'm doing, because I've never been more excited. So, take some of that time to reach out. Take some of that time to reach out and connect. And hey, you may find someone that everything is going great in their life, and that's fantastic. And maybe the door won't, maybe that little window won't open up for you to prospect them, but you'll still feel good connecting with them. So, thank you for that, Chris. Anybody else have anything else they want to add or contribute? As we move into the holiday, go ahead, Chris. You got a follow up?
John, that was me. I don't know if Chris had a follow up. So I just kind of want to piggyback off of what you and Chris mentioned. One of the things I learned early on, one of my mentors said was, it's a holiday, not a holla week or a holla month. So sometimes we get the illusion that, it's everybody's doing the same thing. We get to just kind of sit back, hang out. Maybe we'll wait till the beginning of the year. But what happens is the new year comes, right? And then now it's, kids are in school, and now we got soccer practices, and there's always going to be something. But right now, I think is a unique time, like as Chris mentioned, to get out there and start picking up the phone, whether that be, using your social media, adding people to, social funnel groups or whatever your system is for exposing people. But for me personally, John, what I'm doing, and I've been gearing up for this for a little bit now, and just collecting all my contacts in my phone, and I use a texting app. So this might kind of help some of the people that are on here thinking, hey, well, how do I reach out to a bunch of people? Well, I guess the easiest way, I guess, just to pick up the phone and just to make it happen. But if you want to simplify it, I use a texting app called Hit 'em Up. It's called Hit 'em Up. So it'll personalize my text. So I can actually put a name to everything in there, and I don't have to, it'll automatically populate their name. So there's a small fee to it. I think there's a free feature to let you do it for a week for free, but I mean, I can send 1,000 messages to people within a couple of minutes. Hey, John, hope you're having a happy, holidays, love to catch up with you soon. Some simple message, but the key is the follow-up. So sending out those messages and just setting yourself up for, right after the holidays, it gives you a reason to say, hey, glad we got to catch up, but I wanted to show you something. Like you said, I wanted to do this. But sometimes it's just like you said, John, it's just a picking up the phone. But when people look at the tedious, okay, well, I got 100 people I want to talk to, sending individual messages can be hard. So that app, Hit 'em Up, I'll send probably 1,000 messages for Thanksgiving. And I mean, I've got so much follow-up to do. I don't even know where to start, but I've got the conversation started. I'm on the front of their mind. And now when I want to reach out to them for business, it's not, hey, Greg only reaches out to me, only when he wants me to buy something or only when he wants to talk to me about business. It keeps people in contact, and it's also good for team stuff as well. So just wanted to throw a little piece of, how you could communicate with a lot more people fast and effectively. And I think for Android, I don't know if it's the same app for the Android, but that Hit 'em Up app really helps with the connecting with as many people. I think right now, more than ever, is the perfect time. People are expecting messages, and it won't come off weird if you're reaching out to people right now, set up that next conversation.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely, Greg. I bet everyone, once we get off of here, everybody's going on their iStore and looking up Hit 'em Up app. That's fantastic. And again, this is what, especially this time of year, is very appropriate. But if you hit them up, there it is, Hit 'em Up, right? If you hit them up, hey, I got something I want you to look at, your response probably won't be very high. But if you hit them up with, hey, thinking of you over the holiday, hope you and your family are doing great. Okay. Don't make the mistake of going in too hot, right? You just touching base. And what happens is that, there's going to be, I promise you, Greg, and you can testify to this or confirm this. If you send out just a thinking of you message, happy holidays to you and your family, just thinking of you, hope you're doing well, happy holidays, that's it. You're going to get a fairly large percent of those people that hit you back, happy holidays too. And then that just automatically, now you've connected, right? Now you've made a connection, and just, hope you're doing well. How are things going? And they're going to hit you back, hey, things are going good. Hey, we've had some struggles, or, I can't wait for this year to be over, whatever it is. And you hit them back, hey, I get it, but I tell you, I could never be more excited about what's happening. I got some new things happening. All you're doing is creating curiosity, right? So use your intuition, use your, one of the mistakes I think people make is they go in too hot, too fast, right? Let this naturally unfold, because if you have that interaction in that text, I promise you, they're going to, if you ask them how things are going for you, they're automatically going to ask you how things are going for you. And that gives you that opening. I couldn't be more excited. I got some new things happening. I'm just, I think next year is going to be my best year ever. Really, what is it? Right? And that's what they're going to come back. Wow, fantastic. That sounds exciting. What are you doing? Right? And this could be an incredible time, guys, to fill your pipeline, and probably no faster way to do it than what Greg just described with this hit 'em up app. And I mean, you know what? Guess what? Even if it doesn't turn into anything, it'll make the person feel good that you thought of them, right? Even if they don't respond or whatever, it's going to be a little bit of, hey, somebody was thinking about me. Hey, just thinking about you. Hope you and your family are doing great. Just wanted to say hi and wish you happy holidays. And if they don't respond, great. You probably made their day, right? Even if they don't communicate or respond back with you. So that's fantastic, Greg. And again, going out there and making the phone calls is great. Nothing like in-person, but this texting thing could lead to that phone call. But I mean, wow, what a great way to go out there and hit everybody up in your phone. I mean, sometimes I'll do this, like if I'm, different things that I'm doing where I have some downtime, I'll just go through my phone and send a similar message by text and then start an interaction with people. But right now is very appropriate to do it because we can use the holidays to really reach out sincerely and wish them well. Fantastic. Anybody else want to jump in? Hold on, I'm gonna let this silent pause trigger somebody to step up.
John, I'll chime
Okay.
in. I was actually going to say that I have started sending out Christmas greetings, and I'm just saying I'm doing it earlier because I have a lot to do this year. And I ask a question in there, but I start it with what, so that they have to answer me with not a yes or a no. But wow, what a lot of great ideas that have come out of this Zoom today. Thank you so much for your time and your platform. Thank you, John.
You're welcome, and thank you for participating. Anyone else?
Hi, John. This is Kathy Gustafson. I am going to just share the thought that keeps going through my mind is that we have to look circumspectly, right? So we aren't just focused one way, but we are looking around, because you said a long time ago that I've always tucked in my heart that you have to be a good reader of people. So this is a great time to be a great reader of people, to watch who is the one who would be just the customer or someone who really is looking for an opportunity. And so I am not stopping. I, like the others, are sharing different ideas. I'm doing a little bit of everything, but I am definitely looking circumspectly because I want everyone who needs Emulin or Relief or any of our products or the business opportunity. I don't want to hold it to myself. I believe with all my heart that we have got something that we shouldn't hide. And so in order to get it out there, we may have to go out a little bit at a time, like you're saying, but then there are those who are ready for a whole lot more. So for me, I'm being a great reader of people, like you have suggested, and I practice that on a regular basis, hoping that as I do that, I'm not always successful, because I tend to get real excited and I tend to be one who will get the fire hose out. But I'm learning how to keep that fire hose back at home. So, but I'm learning, and I'm so grateful for this team of people. And I hope that the people that are on this call today won't hide the blessing that we have, but that we'll freely give it away because we've freely been given it. So I think we need to all jump on the bandwagon and do what we can to sow our seeds and then water them and then reap them in. So.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And I one of the things I was thinking as you're sharing there is because we can get in the mindset that nobody wants to hear about this, right? We can get in the mindset of they wouldn't be interested. I did this on the Zoom the other day that Don Carson did on Wednesday night. When you think about it, okay, asking yourself the question, are people out there hungry for opportunity? I believe they absolutely are. Are people out there looking for additional ways to make money from home? Absolutely they are. Are people out there looking for answers in the area of their health and well-being? Absolutely they are, right? And we can make this, we can get into this mindset where we don't think anybody wants to hear. And I'm telling you, you're absolutely wrong. And they absolutely want to hear. I mean, who doesn't want to know how there might be a product out there that could help them? Who doesn't want to know that there might be an opportunity that they could do part-time without giving the security up of their full-time job, something they could really help themselves and other people with? I mean, who doesn't want to? You need to have that mindset that everyone needs to hear about this. Not no one wants to hear about it. Everybody needs to hear about it, and everybody wants to hear about it. And so, get out there and do it. And there's a lot of people not on our Zoom, right? I mean, we're getting information here, and we all have teams that are not tapping into this. Let's encourage them to tap in, but let's take the ideas from today's Zoom and say, hey, Robin, you weren't on this Zoom. There's some great information shared today. Just want to see what your plan is for the holiday to keep your business going. She's one of my distributors, say, because we just heard, what if you got this app, or what if you just went through your phone and filled your pipeline by wishing everybody a happy holiday and then have a little interaction with them? What if we went to our teams and just shared some of the ideas that have been discussed here today, reaching out to those that are not? And then guess what can happen? Maybe we can get them in the fold. I think every one of us that are on these calls leave these calls with a better mindset than we came into them. Leave these calls more excited and enthused than we did before we got on them. So let's get others to have that feeling, right? So let's take, and we'll see if one more person wants to participate here, and we'll look to close out here for this fireside chat. Blair, you always got fantastic wisdom. Jump in here.
Thanks, John. I think I think these fireside chats to me are key to the business. I mean, I know that during the day, a lot of people watch the replays, but you're right. You've got to get the team to tie into them, because they're just, one or two nuggets each week are enough to carry people's business to the next level. And myself and the team are just really thankful you're doing these on a weekly basis. I know it's a time commitment on your part, and we certainly appreciate that, but it's so important that people start tying in, and it's more important now than ever. As the organizations grow, we got to have something to tie people in, because you can only do so much yourself. So if they're not tying into the system, you can't duplicate your time. You're basically, you're a lone wolf, and it won't work long term. So I just want to thank you and for all you do for us. And I mean, that Dawn's call on Wednesday was phenomenal. I had a lot of, I love the format. So I like about these fireside chats, same idea. You get 4 or 5 people coming on sharing. Everybody's sharing a great nugget. And that is so important, because we can learn from everybody's. And, everybody, of course, is got lots of ideas that hit them up, already downloaded it. That looks like a pretty neat little app. So be interested to see how it works. Whether it'll work from here, I don't know, but we're certainly going to give her a try. So just excited, and thank you again, John, and hopefully have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you, Blair. And your 7 points that you covered on Wednesday, I thought also that call Wednesday, I believe that's posted, guys, out there. That was really, really a great, just incredible nuggets shared on that Wednesday call that Don did. So anybody else want to jump in here? I thought I heard one other person when Blair jumped on wanted to say something. Otherwise, we'll close out.
John, that was just me. It was me again.
Okay.
I was was thinking about what I was doing with some of my group and some of my people, and you had already alluded to it, but more of like a call to action for everybody and kind of how to motivate people. It's like really setting the goals. That's what I've been doing. The last couple of days, we've been going through, inspecting our inventory and taking a look at what we've accumulated over the last, whether it's a few months or however long we've been in the business, and figuring out who wants to go into the new year. You said this, but making an actual plan and making those actual calls and figuring out who you can lock arms with and setting those goals of, what are you going to do daily? What are you doing monthly? And what's your year of 2022 going to look like? If you don't make any goals and you don't have anything to aim for, you're probably not going to hit much. So, assessing, what you've accomplished. And if you've got an existing group, dial down to figure out who wants to do the work and who wants to go into 2022 with some excitement, with some new flair, and really just make sure you use this time right now, because people do want to change. People do want that want that growth into the new year. And right now it really is a sweet spot, John. Right now is, you can look at it as a hey, everybody's kind of pausing, but really everybody's kind of gathering, what their next steps are and their next moves are. And you can really find, diamonds in the rough right now. The cream rises to the top during the holidays. Like Chris said, find the people that are doing do the opposite of what everybody's doing, is what he said. Do what successful people do. And the successful networkers in the industry right now are pushing the pedal to the metal, and they're finding their tribe, and they're running with it. So I appreciate you too, John. Thanks for letting us all chime in, and everybody has a great holidays.
Thank you, Greg. And, one thing that, we talked about this, this app, and we talked about, going out there and dropping those messages, possibly putting them in the pipeline, but if nothing else, we're at least thinking about them. Folks, that's true for all of your existing members, active or inactive, it doesn't matter. Just to reach out to them, to say, wanted to touch base, how you doing? You got plans for the new, to go into, make next year a great year. I mean, just that one little bump from you, right? And that you care and that you're here to help them, because a lot of people might be thinking about it, but they're stuck and they don't know what to do about it, right? And that little bit of encouragement, that little, ray of sunshine coming from you, as Robin talks about, that star on the tree, being that little bit of influence that you might have over somebody. Every one of us have more influence than we think we do, right? Just reaching out and truly caring about somebody, hey, happy holidays, want to see, kind of what you're thinking and how you're looking to move into the new year. And if you have anything I can do to help you make, move into the new year excited, because I am, just that little bit of connection to not just the prospects that you want to bring in, but to those existing distributors that may feel stuck, right? And that little bit of reach out from you could make all the difference to them, right? So with that, everybody have a fantastic, Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you on Monday. So with that, have a great day. Bye, everyone.